Hey, good day, everybody. These are 8 of the dumbest things people say, and they are dumb. If you want to know how people think, listen to what they say. The old adage says, "As a man thinketh, he doeth." I've spent most of my career working with entrepreneurs, coaching CEOs who want to take themselves and their companies to a higher level. Obviously, this isn't me. This is whoever wrote this piece here. Then when I lay out an action plan on how to get there, I often hear things like, "That's impossible," or "That will never work." With that mindset, they're right. Whether the task is impossible or whether it will actually work is less important in this case than how this person thinks. Most people are so convinced by their dumb thinking that simple things become impossible, and most new efforts never work. What people say mirrors how they think, and both are indicators of what they'll do. So really all you have to do is ask people questions, and then as they answer those or as they're speaking, you can tell almost immediately where these people are. So here are the dumbest things people say. Number 1, patience is a virtue. Well, this may have been the case 1,000 years ago when it was transportation, but today the fast eat the slow. Patience is no longer a virtue but a liability. Look at the big companies slowed down by excessive committee meetings. How many are now extinct or suffering? Smaller companies that make quick decisions take market share. And so there's no question about that. You need to act quickly. You need to get after it. Time is a wasting. I know when I first started my business in 1984, it seemed like, time was going slow. I was young. I was 26, turning 27, and thought I had all the time in the world. And now I look back 33 years later, and it flew by. My kids were 4 and 5 when I got started with my business. Now they're 36 and 37. This year my son will be 38. So that just flew by. You don't have time. You need to get busy now. Number 2, I just want to be comfortable. Boy, do I hear this a lot. This belief is squashing the middle class today. Millions of people in this country seek comfort and spend money on things that make them feel comfortable in the moment, but cost them in the long run. They buy products they can't afford as a form of therapy, big screen TVs, cars they shouldn't be buying, all kinds of things. The comfort seeker is basically saying, I gave up on doing something special a long time ago, and I'm convincing myself that I just want to be comfortable. But one of the things that I've discovered is that comfort and success are like oil and water. They don't go together. I say this all the time because people are always seeking comfort, and comfort is when you're seeking comfort, what you're saying is you're seeking mediocrity, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to be mediocre at whatever you do. It takes being uncomfortable for a time to get comfortable for a lifetime. Number 3, money won't make you happy. Really? The only people who say this are people who don't have money. People with money would never blame their money on their unhappiness. People with money want money and happiness. I assure you they won't give their money away just to be happy. Quit telling yourself that money won't make you happy, because the reality is money can't make you happy or unhappy. If you're going to be unhappy, have some money to go with it. In fact, one of the things that I found about money, money doesn't make you happy. Just like being broke doesn't make you happy. You make you happy, but on your journey, on your way, money makes life much, much more palatable, if you will. I mean, things go wrong all the time. I don't know if you're like me, but if you're anything like me, there's always something happening, like, something going wrong with your water heater, something going wrong with your car, something going wrong with your dishwasher, you name it, right? Roof leaks. I mean, there's just a million different things can go wrong. And stuff needs to get done, no doubt. Cars need to get washed. Houses need to be cleaned. Meals need to be cooked. But you know what? If you have money, you don't have to do all that stuff. If there's a challenge or a problem, you can hire somebody to take care of it, so you can go do the things you want to do. That's one of the things that's been one of the greatest things about Me to Money is that, we all have problems. I don't care if you have money or not. You're still going to have them. But when you have them and you have money, you can hire somebody to take care of it for you so that you can continue to do the things you feel like doing, that you want to do, that you enjoy doing. Number 5, I don't have time. Oh my God, I hear this a lot in my business. This is the biggest lie people tell themselves every day. Even the busiest of people have time if they want to make time. When people say, I don't have time, what they're really saying is, I don't think it's worth my time to do this. I don't think I'm going to get what you're saying I'm going to get by doing this. Whatever that happens, whether it's buying a product, joining your business, whatever, it's not that they don't have time. It's that they don't see, are not seeing clearly the value and the payoff for making time or investing their time in whatever it is you want them to do. Even the busiest of people have time. You think you're busy until there's an emergency, and then immediately you make time to handle it. Have you noticed that? You don't have any time to do anything, but if something comes up, right, an emergency, if your kitchen catches on fire while you're reading this, I assure you that you will produce time to put the kitchen fire out. People who say they don't have time spend their time on things that don't create more time. Number 6, I'm living the dream. Too many people say this too often to even be believable. I know it's meant to be a gesture of enthusiasm and positive mental attitude, but I just don't get it. I understand that one man's nightmare could be another man's dream, but come on. Are you really living the dream? Well, I tell you what, if you are not financially independent and debt-free, it's really hard to live the dream. I think if you really want to live the dream, you need to get debt-free and financially independent. You need to have a plan for that. You need to implement that plan. And when you get there, believe me, you'll be living the dream. Number 7, I will do it when I get to it. I read a book by Zig Ziglar a long time. In the book, he has, people always say, I'll get to it I'll get around to it. And then in the book, he had a round disc, and it says to it. So that's a round to it. So when somebody said, I'll get around to it, then you give them the round to it. And so there you go. Here's your round to it. Get busy. Get doing it. I thought that was cute. Anyways, this is an admission of procrastination and or of being overwhelmed or both. This person is so busy, so enamored with other tasks that this new thing is just too much. A person who can actually get things done will never respond like this. Instead, they'll say, leave it with me, I'll get it handled. Number 8, that's impossible. This person believes the world seems impossible. They're overwhelmed and no longer consider the possibilities and adventures of new projects, but focus on the limitations. The that's impossible person stops everything in their mind and compares the slightest task to going to another planet. This is not someone who can manage or lead. People say the dumbest things, they don't keep it to themselves, so pay attention. Listen to what others say so you know how they think. This is a great insight for hiring, for dating, for promoting people. People who say dumb things are not dumb, they're dangerous. Misery loves company, and people who say dumb things tend to clump together with people who do dumb things. What dumb things do you hear people say?